मैं अकेली ही चली थी जानिबे मंजिल मगर लोग साथ आते गए और कारवां बनता गया। नमस्कार, मैं वरुल चतुर्वेदी जागरण लेक सिटी यूनिवर्सिटी के मीडिया फेस्ट से, और आज मेरे साथ एक ऐसी शख्सियत हैं जिन्होंने कारवां बनाया ही नहीं बल्कि हर दिन कारवां को नई ऊंचाइयों पर ले जा रहे हैं। द एलिगेंट डायनामिक वर्कोहॉलिक, द वन हु बिलीव्स इन सरेंडिंग टू द यूनिवर्स, जिन्होंने विमेन एंटरप्रेन्योरशिप और स्टार्टअप की दुनिया को दिया है नया आयाम, हमारे साथ हैं द वन एंड ओनली मीतू समर मैम। सो हेलो मैम, कैसी हैं आप?
एकदम रॉकिंग ऑलवेज।
So ma'am, my first question to you is regarding your initial days. In a country like India, where the startup statistics is very low, और हम अक्सर देखते हैं कि स्टार्टअप्स वालों को बहुत ज़्यादा स्ट्रगल करना पड़ता है, बहुत ज़्यादा चैलेंजेस फेस करने पड़ते हैं और इतनी जल्दी इन्वेस्टमेंट नहीं मिलती. सो what was your idea to start this venture and what were the challenges you faced during these times? Please take us back to those times, ma'am.
Sure. So, like I was mentioning earlier in our conversations, when I was working, like I had worked for about 15, 16 years in various corporates before choosing to become an entrepreneur. And at that point in time, I had read one very interesting quote by Taleb, which said that there are a couple of addictions which are difficult to give up. One was heroin, and the other one was salary. And it really made me think that, yeah, am I addicted to my salary? Let me just see if, what if it doesn't come? Can I still survive and manage a life without it? And then somewhere in my heart and mind, there was this whole concept of trying to try something of my own. And if I can tell you a very small story around this, when it was playing up on my mind that should I do something of my own, I was talking to my mentor, and he said that, see, being an entrepreneur is not everybody's cup of tea. You see, today you have a card of brand like CRISIL. At that point in time, I was heading brand and communication for CRISIL. They said that, he said that you have the visiting card of CRISIL, so you get entry everywhere. Do you think by just Mitu Samar's card, you will get entry anywhere? And that made me think that, oh, that's something very interesting. Let me try if I can get entry with Mitu Samar's card. And touch wood, it's been 7 years. I have been getting entries and I have been growing the organization. So struggles were there, but then I was prepared. It was going to be part of the game. But two things that you brought out. One, that investment, raising investment. I was very clear I don't want to raise investment I didn't want to raise investment at that point in time. So whatever seed investment I did from my own, since then Eminence has been paying up for its own bills. So no more, it doesn't require any more investment. It's been growing very well. And secondly, very importantly, the 15 years, subconsciously, I invested a lot of time in not consciously building relationships, but retaining the relationships that I had built in those 15, 16 years. And those came in really handy when I became an entrepreneur, because getting work was much easier because everybody knew me. So whoever I pinged saying that let's catch up for coffee, they said that, will you do my work? So instead of me asking, will you give my work? So that was the differentiator. So struggles to the, who doesn't have it? But these two things, I think, helped me believe that I will be able to manage, and so far it's been good.
Quite an inspiring answer, ma'am. My next question to you is regarding your college life. आज जब आप कॉलेज में आई तो there must have been some sense of nostalgia and some sense of the sense of to revisit college life. So I want to ask you, any two good things you feel were in times of your college life versus two good things you feel like in today's college time?
Like you're asking that what was there at that point in time which still happens now, or what were the two good things that I learned in my college time, right? Which today also I discussed with the team members, that हमारे time में क्या था? Today's world is very hyper-connected, which is the theme of your session also. So what happens? Information is available, in a jiffy, and so when a lot of information is available, very difficult for people to decipher information, make good use of it. In our times, information was there, but it was not overloaded. So we could actually spend time in understanding that information, deciphering it in a certain manner, and then thinking of its implementation, which really helped me in my corporate life also, because I'm an economics postgraduate, so analyzing things is by default, right? So when you become a communicator, which was my profession, uh, most of the communicators were just trying to work on a certain campaign, but I would end up analyzing it, deep dive it, think about it, and then come up with a business oriented solution. And which is what initially pleased my seniors and now pleases my clients, that whatever we do has a business outcome to it. So things that really helped me in my college is deep investing a lot in deep learning and also analyzing. And I think I just reminded that to students today, that please spend time in that.
सो एज मैम टोल्ड द आंसर, अक्सर ऐसा कहते हैं कि जो स्टार होता है वो पहले ही दिख जाता है. सो हमें इस आंसर से सीखना चाहिए कि कैसे कॉलेज लाइफ में ही कुछ चीज़ें सीख कर हमें उन फ्यूचर में उन्हें आगे बढ़ा के एक बड़ा मुकाम हासिल कर सकते हैं. मैम, माई नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन टू यू इज़ रिगार्डिंग रेपुटेशन. एज वी नो, Eminence deals around reputation building, around brand positioning and brand reputation. But for a common man, how does reputation plays a part while encountering with a brand? Like, why will a common man think about reputation? And to further add to that question, how does communication plays a role in reputation building?
Sure. So I was just, thinking about it when you asked me. Suppose you get a job. You get a job in a company like, say, SpiceJet or Air India. Which company will your parents be pleased, assuming you're getting same salary? Which company do you think your parents will be pleased to know that you got a job in SpiceJet or Air India?
Air India.
So you have the answer. I'm not saying anymore, but you will that will give you an idea why reputation, what role reputation plays in common man's life. Because our small, decisions of our lives, whether to join a certain organization or not, also depends on, what reputation a certain corporate carries. So that's that. Apart from this, is a very small example, and by no means I'm trying to say that, like, say, a brand like SpiceJet is less reputed. It is, but Air India has a benefit of legacy, time, government backing, Tata Group's backing. So there is a lot of things that is playing around it. SpiceJet is very good in its own space, right? But organizations need to think that just being good at their own space is not enough. They need to invest a little more on it, because for a common man, small decisions are dependent on their reputation, not just on their brand recall. So, like I like to say that, well-known brands help them to be in the consideration set. So, when we are having 5 options, we will consider a brand A. But for anybody to move from this consideration set to the conversion set and the loyalty set, you have to have a great reputation. So that's the difference.
Quite an insightful answer, ma'am. Ma'am, my next question to you is regarding the entrepreneurship storm in India. पहले हम देखते थे कि जो टर्म entrepreneurship है वो बस सिर्फ मेट्रो सिटीज़ तक के लिए सीमित था. बट अब शोज लाइक शार्क टैंक एंड द entrepreneurship storm जो आ चुका है इंडिया में, अब हम देखते हैं छोटी छोटी सिटीज़ से भी बहुत सारे उभरते हुए entrepreneurship वर्ल्ड में एक तरीके से टेक ओवर कर रहे हैं. सो व्हाट्स योर टेक ऑन दैट? लाइक, हाउ डू यू सी इंडिया एज एन entrepreneurial country in the future?
It's very, very promising because of 2 reasons. We are a country which is full of consumers. So, whatever enterprise that you bring about, if you are giving a great product or a great service, there are takers. So, getting good consumer set is very, very easy. And secondly, whether India or abroad, worldwide, because we are living in a hyper-connected world, it is no longer limited by geographies. Especially in India, because data is cheap, we all are having mobile phone access. So making decisions on phone is very easy. So whether you're sitting in, say, the city of Bhopal or you're sitting in Mumbai, suppose you have a clothing brand, you can sell from anywhere. It doesn't really stop you. So data penetration and availability of huge consumer base, both of them definitely established that if you are having a product or a service which is of great quality, gives great experience and ensures focuses on its reputation, you would definitely be able to succeed.
Ma'am, my last question to you is, as I gone through your social media, the one thing was evident, your love for one-liners, the motivational one-liners. So my question to you is, how do motivational one-liners keep you motivated in your tough times? And it would be a perfect end to the interview if you could recite one of the motivational one-liners.
If I got an opportunity to recite little longer than one liner, then something which recently I heard and really, has a very strong impact on me. And talking about entrepreneurship, talking about, taking a journey alone and having people, get connected. वही जो था ना कि अकेले ही शुरू किया लेकिन पूरा कारवा बनता गया. So उसमें एक बहुत ही सुंदर few lines हैं which says that कुछ लोग तुम्हें समझाएंगे, वो तुमको खौफ दिलाएंगे, जो है वो भी खो सकता है, इस राह में रहज़न है इतने, रहज़न is robbers. So कुछ लोग तुम्हें समझाएंगे, वो तुमको खौफ दिलाएंगे, जो है वो भी खो सकता है, इस राह में रहज़न है इतने, कुछ और यहाँ हो सकता है, कुछ और तो अक्सर होता है, कुछ और तो अक्सर होता है, पर तुम जिस लम्हे में ज़िंदा हो वो लम्हा तुमसे ज़िंदा है, तुम जिस लम्हे में ज़िंदा हो वो लम्हा तुमसे ज़िंदा है. अब ये वक्त न वापस आएगा, तुम अपनी करनी कर गुज़रो, जो होगा देखा जाएगा. So that's my motivation, that do your best, give your best, and then universe will conspire to make it happen for you.
तुम अपनी कुर्मी पे गुजरो, जो होगा देखा जाएगा. With this signing off, here was I, Varul Chaturvedi, in conversation with Miss Mitu Samar ma'am, signing off with media outlets. देखते रहिए लेक सिटी लाइव और सुनते रहिए लेक सिटी वॉइस. इन with camera person Samad Haider Khan, Varul Chaturvedi, JLU, Bhopal.